Hey, what's up, Facebook? Just waiting for Instagram to come online. Yay, now I'm live on Instagram too. Hi, everybody. O-M, how do you do M? G. It's been so long since I have done a live. Because I think the last one I did was like maybe mid-October. And then I did my 30-day video challenge, which, you know, for those of you who participated, thank you again. It was amazing. It was wonderful. It was awesome. But it was also a little bit overwhelming just to have to show, well, not have to show up. I got to show up. Let's, use my positive words. But to show up every day for 30 days and commit to creating content for you, even though most of those videos were quite simple because you, in your amazingness, sent me such incredible questions. And made it a lot easier, so I didn't have to come up with the information or come up with the content. But still, to show up every day and to honor that commitment and to meet that challenge, it felt like a lot. And then I did somewhere in the midst there was also the November energy update, which it's funny because the view, I don't really get too obsessed about my numbers these days in terms of followers and likes and shares, although, and like I said in my November video, I'm really wanting to get my Instagram and my Facebook up to 10,000 because I've got my YouTube channel is up to 10,000, almost 10,500 followers. And I really want Instagram and Facebook to get up there. So thank you to those of you who've been liking and following me on all my social media platforms. Because, it's like a Virgo thing. Maybe it's also my Libra nature that I want everything to be sort of matchy-matchy. So I really want Facebook and Instagram to get above 10,000 and I'm really close. But anyway, what was the whole point of that? I don't even know. Oh, because I posted the November video, energy transmission video, sort of in the midst of the 30-day challenge. And it didn't get a lot of views. And I think that somehow it got lost in the shuffle. It's really interesting to me to see what things affect my followers because I lost a lot of followers with some of those 30 videos in 30 days on YouTube. I think part of it was because some of the things that I was sharing, especially that twin flame video, a lot of you did not like my perspective and did not like my opinion. So I got a lot of blowback and a lot of people saying, I'm unfollowing you, I'm unblocking you, you made me mad. And that's okay, I'm sort of used to that. But I just thought it was really interesting. I think a lot of people just kind of got sick of seeing a notification for me on YouTube every single day. So anyway, whatever, that's neither here nor there. Just an interesting observation to see how a lot of my numbers dipped during that 30-day challenge because I think people just got sick and tired of hearing my voice. But today water, the stuff of life, magic elixir. Today we're going to talk about the November energy update. I can't believe it's already mid-November. I mean, we're only a couple of weeks away from the end of this month, and then we've just got December, and then 2019. I'm always saying this, like, how did it get here? Time is just flying, blah blah blah, and it really is. But it's just crazy to me how quickly this month has gone. I mean, we're already into the third week of November. For those of you who are in the US, in the States, we're celebrating Thanksgiving next week. Or most of us are, some of us are, I don't know. I'll be with family, friends here in LA, and then I'm going to with family the week after. So super cool, super exciting. And I'm really, experiencing so much. I don't know, it's an interesting month. November has been a really interesting month. I was meditating this morning and I've had these ideas, sort of my process is that I receive insights or I get this information that just comes. Sometimes it just sort of comes out of nowhere. Sometimes it comes in via my client sessions. Sometimes it comes in, I'll read something and that will trigger some information sort of an awareness of something. And I just sort of jot things down. Like on my phone, I have my notes app is full of information and full of stuff that I'm just always jotting things down and like taking just pieces of stuff that come in. And so I've had this idea or some notes and I have my notes right here. So you may see me sort of looking to the side to reference them because I want to make sure that I get all the information. Oh, and by the way, Mastery Mentorship is still a discounted rate. I still have the discounted rate available probably through the end of the year. And then at the beginning of the year, it's going to go up back to the regular price. And I'm also still doing the payment plan. So for those of you who have signed up, I'm super excited. I have a couple of new people who we just started and I'm loving it. I love this work so much. And then for those of you who are still interested, to reach out, book your free intake session so that we can get that taken care of and get you started in the program while the reduced rate is still active. But so this morning I was meditating and I was like, okay, I've known over the past couple of days that I'm gonna be doing this video for you. And I've got some other projects that I've been working on. So I have been, really giving myself some space. I think that's one of the themes that I'm really seeing emerge again, is that it's really, really crucial that we are honoring our need for quiet, our need for space, our need to sort of be by ourselves and recharge if that's what we need, or our need to be out in nature to recharge if that's what we need, or our need to be with others. Some of us recharge through community and connection with others. Some of us recharge by spending time alone and being by ourselves. And there's no right or wrong here, right? It's just, what do you need? What is it that speaks to you and serves you in the way that you can recharge yourself? And especially this time of year with the holidays, and we are so bound by commitments to others and our connections and relationships with others that sometimes it can feel a little overwhelming. But so I've known that I'm going to be doing this video for a few days, and I haven't really done it until this morning. I thought, okay, and last night before I went to bed, I said, okay, Spirit, I said, tonight while I'm sleeping, let's sort of organize all of these thoughts and information that have been coming in into something that is cohesive and something that can be a message to share with you. And so this morning I was meditating and I was like, okay, I've got some ideas, but I don't really what's the way that we can put this together into a message or something that's cohesive. And so immediately I was shown a tablet, and it looked like an Egyptian tablet, like a hieroglyphic thing. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool. And it was it looked like something out of Indiana Jones, right? So it's this archaeological dig, and I could see wiping the dust off of this tablet. And I looked at it and it made no sense. It was all gibberish. And I was like, I don't understand this. How are we supposed to understand this? And that was the message itself. And then immediately I heard Rosetta Stone. So Rosetta Stone, for those of you who aren't familiar, give me a thumbs up or a heart emoji if you know what the Rosetta Stone is. I'm not talking about the language program, where you learn languages through the online or the digital Rosetta Stone method. But the Rosetta Stone, the original Rosetta Stone was discovered in 1799, early 1800s. And then it was decoded over the next couple of decades. I believe it was 1820 something. I did a little research on it this morning. And basically, the Rosetta Stone was the key to allowing modern explorers to understand Egyptian hieroglyphics. Because until the Rosetta Stone was discovered, no one really knew what they meant. They saw the drawings, they saw the images, they saw the patterns and the repeated, the writing, so to speak, that was repeated. And so they would see the structure and they understood that it was a language, but they didn't understand what it meant. And the Rosetta Stone was the key that they found that really unlocked it. It was the translator. It was the thing that allowed them to go, oh, so this is what this means, and this is what that means. And so the message that I have to share with you today is your Rosetta Stone. What is your Rosetta Stone? And I think to sort of back up a little bit, Venus just went direct a couple of days ago. I was off on my information. If you watched the November energy transmission, the first one at the beginning of November, I said that Venus was going direct on the 4th. And I don't know where I got that information. It was actually just a couple of days ago that she went direct. And Venus, if you're not familiar, is all about our relationships, all about our love and money and our relationship with the other. And this Venus retrograde was all about our relationship with ourselves as it is reflected through the other, right? So all of my external experiences are always reflecting something back to me about what I've got going on inside. And that's not only when Venus is retrograde, that's just life in general, right? The external world, the secondary reality is always reflecting back to me my beliefs, my emotional state, my energetic state, and just sort of what I carry around with me in terms of my internal stories and all of that. And so Venus being retrograde, whenever a planet goes retrograde, it is always opening up a path internally. It is always opening up a space for us to go inside, to reevaluate, to reexamine, to reassess, to reunite, to refamiliarize and reacquaint ourselves with whatever is going on in here. And then as this retrograde ends and goes direct, we take a higher perspective of whatever it was that we experienced during the retrograde. And then Venus went retrograde just a couple days ago, and then Mercury went retrograde the day after. So here we go. We get one sort of opening up and the path goes forward, and then we get the path opening inward again. Now, I am not one, and you know this about me, I say this all the time, I am not one, the sky is not falling. When Venus goes, or Mercury goes retrograde, everyone loves to, oh my God, look out, the sky is falling. No, girl, stop. Do not disempower yourself. The planet is not out to get you. It's just, we know it's like when it rains. Okay, when it rains, I need an umbrella. When it rains, I need to be more prepared. When it rains, I may have to cancel some plans or change some plans or postpone some things. It's the same thing when a planet goes retrograde. It is not the world is ending. Don't blame everything on fucking Mercury retrograde. Don't disempower yourself. It's just, it's an opportunity to sort of re-examine and to change our perspective for a minute. So thumbs up, heart emoji, if you're ready to drop this old, outdated, like 1875 astrology idea that Mercury retrograde is out to fucking get you or ruin your life. The planets are a reflection, a mirror. They are an aspect of all that we are. It really reflects our sort of energetic or our cosmic self, but it doesn't mean, it's not out to get you. It's not the demon. It's not the devil. It's not an evil thing. So let's move on from that, shall we? Anyway, so and I love that I've been talking for like 15 minutes and I have yet to make a point. I guess I really have missed communicating with you guys through lives. Maybe I felt just like a caged animal because I've been spending a lot of time alone. I've been working a lot too. Anyway, so over the past couple of weeks and over the Venus retrograde, we really got inside and had to dig through a lot of stuff. We really were called to examine our relationships with ourselves, with our external, right? Our relationship with money, our relationship with love, our relationship sometimes with sex, although that's kind of Mars, but it's still sort of the same thing. And now we have unearthed this tablet. So the image that I was shown when I was meditating this morning, I was like, okay, you guys, I need something because I have all these ideas, but I don't know how to braid them together into a message or into an idea, a concept. And so they showed me the tablet. It was a hieroglyphic tablet. And then I was like, okay, but I don't understand that. What does that mean? And they were like, bingo, that's the whole point. What is your Rosetta Stone? What is it that we can use to examine and interpret and unlock, to translate, right? It's like, okay, I have all this new understanding. Whatever it is that you went through over the past couple of months, and really since the beginning of the year, because let's be honest, I think Mars, if I'm not mistaken, it was also Mars was in retrograde, I think for like 6 months. So there was a lot of inner work being done over this past whole year. And so this whole year has been about like this internal excavation and really getting in there and being our own Indiana Jones, or Mindiana Jones, if you want to use the feminine, getting in there and really examining like, what is it that I'm made of? What is all this stuff that I have unearthed? What are all of my treasures? What is it that's ready to go? What is it that I can let go of? What is it that I want to double down and say, no, this is true. This is me. And now we have all of this understanding. And we're like, okay, but now what the fuck do I do with it? Okay, so maybe I know. And if you watch my October energy transmission, the emotional congruence, the one where I got super emosh about that relationship, that person that I was in relationship with that was hella toxic. It was so depleting and draining. But what it showed me was the depths of my own shadow. It showed me the depths of my own pain and my own darkness around relationships and my self-esteem when it comes to that. And so whatever it is, and by the way, I don't know, if you watched my 30 videos in 30 days, this book, Overcoming Under-Earning, this book is amazing. If you are wanting to explore your relationship with money and abundance and what you think you're worth in terms of, sort of the financial expression of your worth, fuck man, this book is changing my life. And I talked about this in the 30 videos in 30 days, the one around Where's My Money? It was towards the end of the playlist. So if you go to YouTube and look for the playlist, Where's My, our 30 videos in 30 days, the one that's called Where's My Money, I talk about this book. But anyway, so the discoveries that we are unearthing, the things that we have unearthed about ourselves. And give me a thumbs up or a heart emoji or a poop emoji or a unicorn emoji or whatever if you have found that you have really discovered some pretty profound things about yourself over the past few months specifically, but really the past year. So here we are. with the tablet that we have unearthed on our archaeological excavation of our inner world and using our external world to point to us and tell us, hey, you've got some work here, boo. Like, if you say you want to be in a relationship, but you're not in a relationship, there's something to explore. If you say you want money and you want to be successful with money and abundance and blah, 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 but you really aren't seeing that in your external world, that's where you can explore, right? So our external circumstances are always pointing us in the internal direction where our work is. So we've got this tablet that we've unearthed through our archaeological exploration of our internal landscape over the past 9, 10 months, 11 months. And now we're looking at it and going, okay, so I have some issues with relationships. I see that. I have some issues with money. I see that. I have some issues with speaking my truth or asserting my boundaries or saying no or saying yes or whatever our stuff is. And for most of us, this is not new information. It's just that now the information has come to the point where we are seeing it in our physical reality. It's no longer an idea. It's no longer a concept. It's no longer, a non-physical abstract thing. It is a real world of, girl, it's time for you to deal with this. It's time for you to take out the trash. It's time for you to do the dishes. It's time for you to do your chores. Your spiritual work is calling you to clean up your stuff as we move into 2019 before the real starts to happen. But we're going to get into that later. So now we have all this understanding, but we don't know what to do with it. Okay, so maybe I know I have an issue with whatever, but what do I do with it? I don't know. I don't know how to navigate the world with this new level of understanding. So this is your Rosetta Stone. I know, long story short point, right? Like, how long does it take Andrew to get to the fucking point of the video? We shall see. Usually about 35 minutes. What is your Rosetta Stone? I'm going to tell you, y'all, it is not new information. Your Rosetta Stone is your emotional and your energetic response, your emotional impulse, your energetic self, that non-physical feminine self that is rising up to say, hey, what about this? Hey, are you sure you're happy here? Hey, when you think about doing that thing or when you go to take action in that way, it doesn't feel good because that's you saying to yourself, girl, that's not for you. I've talked about this before. It's listening with your body. When I am thinking about something, when I am thinking about someone, when I am thinking about moving in a direction or making a choice or trying something or taking action on something and it feels gross, right? I get that punch in the gut of, oh God, no, that feels horrible. And I'm not talking about the nervousness of taking a risk or stepping out of the comfort zone. There's a difference. There's that feeling of like, on a roller coaster when you're really nervous and, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to do this, but you're excited. You want to do it. There's that feeling. And then there's the like, oh God, no, that makes me sick. That makes me hurt. That makes me contract and I want to protect myself. That's what I'm talking about. When I'm thinking about doing something or I'm moving in a direction or thinking about moving in a direction, because even if I'm thinking about moving in a direction, I'm still moving there, right? Energetically and mentally and emotionally, oftentimes I am already invested. And when I'm thinking about, when I'm moving in that direction and the body says, nope, the gut, the solar plexus goes, and the heart goes, nope, we're shutting down here. We're closing it off. We're protecting ourselves. The shoulders come up. Everything gets tight and constricted. And, oh my God, no, I don't want to do that. That's you from your higher place saying, girl, that's not for you. Don't do that. You don't need to do that. And if you do that, you are on your own. And what I mean by that is when, and I say this too, you've heard me say this, in every choice, one of two things is happening. I'm either moving towards my truth or away from it. And when I am moving away from my truth, I am running on ego, I am running on fear, I am running by the will of my human self, my mind, and my mind alone. And when I am moving away from my truth, I have essentially put my non-physical helpers, my light team, my God squad, as I've been calling them lately, my higher self, my angels, my guides, the universe, whatever it is that you call that. I essentially am putting them in quarantine because they cannot help me move away from myself. They cannot help me deny myself. They will allow me to deny myself because we live in a free will environment. But when I am moving away from my truth, my heart is not in it literally. And my heart shuts down because it says, all right, girl, if you want to do this, I love you enough to allow you to do it, but you're on your own. When I am moving towards my truth, that's when they come to our assistance. That's when they can say, all right, let's get popping. It's time for the miracles. It's time for the synchronicities. It's time for things to open up. This is your Rosetta Stone. Let me put it to you another way. Congruent actions. Congruent actions, and when I mean congruent, I mean parallel, I mean aligned. Congruent means me, myself, and I, mind, body, spirit, little Andrew, big Andrew, my higher creator self and me, the universe and my guides and me are all moving in the same direction. I am aligned with my purpose, I am aligned with my path, and I am moving towards my truth. Congruent actions open up a path. Congruent actions open up a path. Now, sometimes the path is internal. Sometimes the congruent action is, holy shit, I've got some work to do. Holy shit, I just lost it and my shit bubbled up all over the place. And I got to take some responsibility and some accountability and apologize and rebuild bridges or whatever. Sometimes the path is external. Sometimes it is forward momentum. Sometimes it is saying, all right, I just made the choice. It's congruent and I'm ready to fucking get out of here, right? I'm ready to move on. I am ready to burn shit down and never look back. Congruent actions open up a path. Incongruent actions. Incongruent actions. I'm moving away from my truth. I am doing what I know I really shouldn't be doing. I am doing the thing that I've been thinking about and it makes me feel sick to my stomach, but I think, oh, just one more time, right? I am doing the thing that my guides are saying, honey, go in this direction. But I'm like, really? I don't know. I think I know better. That's incongruent. Incongruent is I am going against myself. Incongruent is I am moving away from my truth. Incongruent is either I don't know what is right or wrong and I'm just trying to figure it out, but most likely incongruent is, yeah, I knew that wasn't really a good idea. Fuck, I knew I shouldn't have called him. Shit, I knew I should have stayed home. God, why did I say yes? That's incongruent. Incongruent actions, choices, beliefs immobilize us. Incongruent choices are like, oh fuck. Incongruent is me believing something that's not true. Incongruent is me knowing that it's not the right thing, but doing it anyway. Incongruent actions immobilize me. They take me back to the finish line and we go around the circle one more time. And we go around the circle one more time. And have you learned your lesson, girl? How many times do you need to put your hand on the burner to know that it burns you? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's try it one more time. All right. You've got free will. You can do whatever the hell you want. But the trick now is you have unearthed that tablet. You have found your power. You have found the key. And maybe you don't yet understand it. And here's the point. You may never understand it. It may take you learning a couple of times, remembering a couple of times of how you create and how powerful you are to go, oh, wow, yeah, man, I see it. When I trust myself, when I listen with my body and I align congruently with what I am telling myself and I take action in that direction, even if I have no idea where I am headed or why I got to go there or what's going to be there when I get there, it does not matter because it is congruent with me. So I am choosing in the direction of myself. And when I choose in the direction of myself, I am always supported. I am always aligned. I am always guided and protected because I am working with those who are protecting and guiding me. When I choose a belief, a thought, an action, a choice that is congruent, it opens up a path. When I choose a thought, a belief, an action, a choice that is incongruent, it immobilizes me. It shuts shit down. It gives me the fucking Groundhog Day again and again and again. And I go, what the hell is wrong? What's going on, universe? Why are you punishing me? Girl, the universe is not punishing you. You just chose something that was not congruent with who you are. And here's the key, who you are now. When you know better, you do better. So the first time you do it, oh my God, how the fuck did that happen? I had no idea that was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to blow up in my face. And then I choose it again. Well, now the second time I've chosen it, I can't say I don't want it anymore. Because clearly there is something within me that is saying, well, actually, I do want this, or I do need this. And maybe we need to learn the lesson several times. Here, testify. Heart emoji, thumbs up emoji, if sometimes it has taken you several times around the block, several times around the circle, several turns on the merry-go-round to get the point. I am realizing that all over the place. That's part of what this book is teaching me. That's part of what that fucking toxic, poisonous relationship that I had over the summer taught me. was that it wasn't that I didn't know, it was that I wasn't listening. It wasn't that I wasn't being given a sign or wasn't being giving guidance. It was because I wasn't paying attention to the signs and the guidance I was being given. I wasn't trusting it for a million reasons. Maybe I don't think I can have it. Maybe I don't think I'm worthy. Maybe I just don't trust myself. Because a lack of faith or trust in the universe is just a lack of faith or trust in myself. Because I am the same thing. I am not separate from it. So if I don't trust the universe, it's really just me not trusting myself. We came to master what we are given. Think about this. We talk a lot about manifestation. Where's my stuff? Where are my things? Where's my money, my car, my job, my boyfriend, my house, my this, my that? We came to master what we are given. So even if what you have isn't what you consciously or deliberately want, even if what you have, you're going, how the fuck did I get here? When did I ask for that? Doesn't matter. Your job is to learn how to master it. We came to master what we are given. And as a master creator, the reason that we chose the Earth School is because it is the master level environment. It is the PhD level. It is the dissertation. It is the final exam. It is the James Beard Award. It is the Oscars. It is the Emmys. It is the ESPYs. I don't know, whatever the sports thing is. It is the Nobel Prize. It is the Olympics. The Earth School is the place, because think about this. We are master level creators. And we came here to this environment where everything is pretty much already manifested. Look around. There are almost 8 billion people on the planet. How many cars are there? How many houses are there? How many whatevers are there? And we say, where's my stuff? I can't manifest. Yes, we can. We are drowning in physicality. And this is why this is the master level school. I didn't come here to master my manifestation abilities in terms of how do I get more money in my bank account. That's easy. That is easy. That is beginner level shit. The mastery that we have been called to is to master ourselves in an environment that is already established. Because I am born into a world that tells me that I am broken, that tells me that I'm a sinner, that tells me that I'm fucked up. I am born into a society that tells me, well, you gotta give your money to this thing, and you gotta give your power to this thing, and you gotta give whatever to this environment, or to this, paradigm. You gotta give your power, your money, attention to this institution. You are this because you're a woman. You are this because your skin is this color. You are this because you are a man. You are this because of the zip code. You are this because of the amount of money that you make in the school that you went to. We come into a world that is full of identifications and definitions and rules and regulations about who we are that we didn't even get a say in. And that is the master motherfucking level. To master yourself in a world that is designed to tell you what you are and what you aren't. That is the master fucking shit. To be able to look around the world and say, whoa, nuh-uh. This does not align with who I know myself to be. This does not feel true to me. This does not feel correct to me. And so my master level assignment is to live in a world where everything is already created and find myself within all the clutter and the noise. And if I am not willing to trust my own guidance and my own insight, then I have no one to fucking blame but myself. If I am not willing to go, wait a minute, you don't get to tell me who I am. You don't get to tell me that because of my physical attributes means that I am this. You don't get to tell me that because I live in a red state or a blue state, that because I'm this or I'm that means I have to be this thing. You don't get to tell me that because I am confused or upset or what. No, I am the one that gets to decide. I am the master. I am the sovereign. I am the one driving the motherfucking bus. And that is why we came, to master what we were given, to master what we were born into, and to find the truth of who we are in the midst of all of that confusion and that noise and that clutter and that distraction. And once I find that, that is the thing that is indelible. That is the thing that nobody can take away from me because I was born with it. I am powerful because I am. I am worthy because I am. And I don't need anybody's permission to speak my truth except for my own. And when I find that, and I move from that, and I rest, and I live, and I draw from that, that is when the simple act of manifesting my shit becomes like breathing. It is the easiest thing in the world to manifest stuff. We are drowning in stuff. The oceans are choked with stuff. The air is full of stuff. We have so much stuff, we don't even know what to do with it. So stop asking, where is my stuff? And start asking, where is my truth? And once you find it, that's what unlocks the power of manifestation. That's what reunites you with the gifts that you were born with. That is the key that you've been carrying around in your pocket the whole damn time. Hello, it is the Wizard of Oz. She goes through all of the trials and tribulations. She makes it all the way to the Emerald City. He's like, girl, you've been wearing those slippers the whole damn time. You could have gone home like 5 days ago. Same thing with Neo in the Matrix. He had to go all the way through this whole thing just to find out he had always been the one. It is the hero's journey. It is the archetypal mythology. You already have what you need. You already know the truth. The truth is woven into who you are. So it's not about finding the truth. It's about asking new questions. And that's what the Rosetta Stone is, my friends. If it doesn't feel like truth to you, it's not. If it doesn't feel true for you, it's not. If thinking about doing it makes you sick to your stomach, then I guarantee you that doing it is going to feel 100 times worse. Only you know what truth feels like. And the challenge is to live from that place in a world that is telling you otherwise. That's why we came here. To master what we were given. And no, it doesn't mean that I won't be triggered. No, it doesn't mean that I won't be challenged. Once I find that truth, the truth is not the ending, my friends. The truth is the beginning. And then it becomes a matter of, well, how can I be triggered and not vacate myself? How can I be met with someone telling me, no, this is who you are, this is what you are, I have the definition, I have the answer, I have the power, and look at that and go, actually, no, you're not right. I don't believe you, because I trust what I feel. And even though every single thing in the world is telling me otherwise, I know that that's not true for me. So I can be triggered all day long without vacating myself. I can be triggered all day long without believing your version of events. So, that's the T. Once you master yourself, you see that what we have been trying so hard to create is already here. It's already here. It's just our job to remove everything that stands in the way that tells us that we can't have it, that we have believed. Your beliefs are a choice. Whether you inherited them or adopted them, they are a choice. Beliefs are as easy to change as your shoes. And if you don't believe that, think about Santa Claus. Think about the Easter Bunny. There was a time in your life when you believed that with all of your being. And then at some point, you realized, oh, that's not true. So I discard that truth. So who are you now? What is your truth now? That's what the key is. And if you don't know what that is, if you don't know how to put that into action, because it's really brand new for so many of us, then you just navigate using your own Rosetta Stone. How do I feel when I think about this? Does this feel expansive? Does this feel liberating? Or does it feel limiting? Does it feel congruent? When I choose this thing, does it open up a path? Or when I choose this thing, does it immobilize me? And that's really all I have to know. And trusting that if the why is important, I'll be given that too. And sometimes the why doesn't come until I've done it. Sometimes closure is moving on without an understanding. Sometimes closure is saying, you know what? I may never know why this happened. I may never know why it fell apart. And I have to be okay with that. Because the path is calling me forward. And there's shit that I came here to do. And I am not going to spend another moment sitting here and wondering why me. Sometimes closure is just saying it happened the way it happened because it happened the way it happened. And at some point, maybe I'll know why and maybe I won't, but I can be okay with that. So here's the thing that I'll leave you with. And I kind of got this from the book. I wish I could take credit for this. I sort of put it in my own words, so it was a co-creation with Barbara Stanny. Here's the question to ask yourself. Do you want the flow or do you want the status quo? Because you can't have both. You can either allow yourself to be carried to the new thing. You can allow yourself to bring in the newness, to follow the new experience, to reach the higher level of awareness. Or you can try like hell to make sure things stay the way that they are. But you can't have both. And the status quo is futile because we live in a universe that is always expanding and evolving. Change is the one constant. Transformation is the only thing that's real here. And so the status quo is going to die one way or another anyway. The snake does not try to put on the skin that it has shed. The leaves do not try to pick up the trees do not try to pick up the leaves that they drop. You got to be willing to let it go and trust that when you do, you create a space for something else to come in. And if you don't know which direction that you're headed, if you don't know which end is up, take a breath, go inside, and you'll find the answer there. Because that's the tea. That's where it is. That's where it's always been. And once you figure that out, that's when getting the stuff and the things and all, that's easy. That's child's play. It's already here. It's just our job to reconcile everything that's standing in the way. How's that for Sunday? That's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's been so lovely to reconnect with you. It's been too long. I hope that I can do another live soon. Go to my website, andrewmartin.energy, book a session with me there. The Mastery Mentorship, again, is still on a discounted rate for those of you that couldn't afford the full rate. You can sign up for the intake call to make sure that this is the right work for you. I do have the payment plan available. You can book an intuitive session. You can book a sound healing. Andrew Martin Energy is YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Please follow me and like me on all of those channels because I want to get my Facebook and my Instagram up to 10,000. My YouTube is already over 10,000. You can sign up for my newsletter on my website. I've got some really cool online classes coming up at the beginning of the year, which I'm super stoked about. Got a lot of exciting things in store for next year. So fingers crossed, I have my shit together so that I can start bringing that shit to life. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic holiday if you celebrate Thanksgiving. If you don't, just have a great Thursday this week. I love you. Talk to you later. Bye.